What's up guys, Reagan here. Today I'm going to be taking a look at my very first Mario Kart set. I'm a huge lifelong fan of Mario Kart, and the fact that Lego started this sub-theme of the Super Mario this year got me really excited, so I thought I'd take a look at some of the sets. This here is the cheapest of the Mario Kart sets. It's the Yoshi Bike with 133 pieces. This one set me back $15. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go on sale, probably like $12 or $11 or something like that. They normally do that. And yeah, I'm gonna figure out if this is worth that money. I really like this box. It's got everything, you know, including the set. You've got that Mario Kart banner and like the Super Mario logo and all your characters. On the back, you've got features in reference to the Mario character. I don't have one. I don't even know when I'll get one. I don't really like this whole system. I like the buildable, like Mario characters more. There's the Mario Kart up there. But yeah, this is a cool little set, and let's crack into it. All right, so having cut into it, get this open. Gosh, dude, it's stuck in there. Dump it out. There you go. So over here, it looks like we're going to be having 1, 2, and 3 number bags. 3 number bags for a $15 little set is kind of crazy, honestly. But yeah, I guess I'll cut away from this. I'll get this built, and I'll see you all in a few minutes. All right, so I had the set done building here. It probably only took me about 15 minutes of building. This is a very small, easy to flip through set. Very simple instructions, you know. Nothing crazy, but actually, as you can see, there's a lot here to take a look at, so I think we're just going to start with the Yoshi. This is a very cool little light blue Yoshi figure. I'm very glad that they gave us a different, unique colored Yoshi and not a green one, since, you know, the bike's already green. But yeah, this guy is adorable. I love his little tiny feet. They really, for such a small build, got the shaping right. You've got his, like, you know, the spikes that lead into his tail. That's like right here. You've got these little arms that are posable and can clip into stuff. And then you have 2 printed parts. Now, unfortunately, the white for behind the eyes is a little faded. Nothing like Lego advertises on the box, but everybody knows about that. And yeah, we've got 2 printed parts, and actually every single decorated piece in this set is printed. That item right there, printed on both sides. This banana, printed. Those Yoshi, you know, like plates and these little dishes, little barcode, that glass right there, all of that is printed. Fantastic. For a little $15 set in 2025, the fact we're getting all prints is fantastic. It makes this an easier experience for kids, and it just makes the part quality higher, so I love that. If I did have a problem with the Yoshi, is that he's very easy to fall down. Like, getting him to stay like that is okay, but he's very forward heavy, so just, you know, be careful. I don't know, I guess it comes with the territory of a comically misproportioned build like this, but, you know, just be careful with that, I guess, is what I would say. Here is the item box. Again, a print on either side. It looks fantastic with this little trans blue brick pieces. It looks really cool. I love how they did that. Up top, you got your scanner for when you place the, you know, Mario on it, which, you know, I don't have one of those, but I think that's a pretty cool system. You know, it can play the item roulette sound or whatever. And then over here, these do definitely feel like filler. You've got some cones. I honestly really wish that these pieces had been given to either some sort of other Yoshi or some other memorable obstacle. I feel like the cones are just throw-ins to make you feel like you're getting a better value. And I guess they're fun, you know, you can set up some sort of like race course that you can run your bike through, you know, and go through or make a little scene. But I don't know, the cones don't add too much to me. They're cool, they're whatever, they're just cones. And the last thing before we get to the bike, we have items, and I love that Lego made special molds for these items. First, you've got the shells. You get a green and a red shell, and for this being the cheapest Mario Kart set, the fact that like this is a easily accessible use for the 2 versions of the shells is awesome. Special molds, they look fantastic. They've got those little inverted tiles underneath them, and they have this little attachment part. We'll discuss what that does later, but yeah, I love these molds. Super Lego-y, super Mario Kart-y. Love that we get them in this set. And then the banana, this is going to be an all-time piece. We're going to be seeing this used in city sets, in Ninjago sets, and whatever, because this is so perfect. I love the little print. I love like just how accurate this is. I love this little thing. It's a perfect little inclusion. I'm glad it came in here. Then, of course, the main thing about the set, we have the Yoshi Bike. The Yoshi Bike is a really iconic bike from Mario Kart 8, and I love that they chose to turn it into a set for this first wave of Mario Kart. Like I said, all of these are printed, they're accurate, they look fantastic. You get a Yoshi tile on either side, which I think if you wanted to make a custom egg cup for Mario Kart 8, you could do that with these pieces, so I love that. But yeah, everything about this, I played some Mario Kart yesterday, and if you take a closer look at the bike, there's a lot here that's accurate to the set. These little dome pieces here stick out. These little orange pieces are on the actual Yoshi Bike in Mario Kart, and then they do even include, you're supposed to have like little Yoshi hands on the end, but this is a tiny scale. You couldn't really, get anything done with that. But you can adjust them and have them either stick to the side, or like if the purpose is they like go out when you lean it. That's what in Mario Kart 8, when you drift and you lean like this, the little hand like sticks out and braces. So that's really cool that you can do that. But you can have it go any direction or whatever. It's on a ball joint, so it moves. Really nice that they were able to include that feature. Something you may have noticed is that this is able to stand thanks to the wheels. You can roll it and it does stand on its own, but you can actually have it lean on its side, and it looks really good like that, I think. And if you wanted to do adjust the hand and bring it out like that, it makes it look, a lot cooler and more dynamic, I guess. Very cool. At the back here, we do have a stud shooter, and like I said with the shells, they get these little prongs here. That is a special mold to go into the newer style stud shooter, which I think is awesome. That's a fantastic way to incorporate this classic, little bit of Mario Kart history into that. And using Yoshi as our test dummy, you can just shoot it off, and that's very cool. I like that a lot. I think that's really cool. This other spot, they could have given you another stud shooter for the other shell, but it's kind of shown in the instructions and I think on the back of the box. You can put the banana here and have it has his like reserve item, which I think is really cool. Go ahead and grab that shell, place it here. So that was very cool. You can have that here, and let me grab the red shell and place it in the gun. And then you can have his items, decked out, and you can of course like rotate the stud shooter to have it shoot forward, or you could have it in, the back like it is in the games. This right here is probably my only issue with the set. This is an attachment for the glider. You get a glider. I think there are now 3 available. There's one in the standard Mario Kart $20 set, one in the $20 Shy Guy and P-Wing set, and then one in the $50 Wario Wing set. For $15, I feel like you're getting a pretty decent value. I definitely think a Yoshi glider should have been attached to this set. I think that would have been really cool if instead of the cones, we got a special green Yoshi glider that would come with this bike. I think that would have really rounded it out. And then the last thing you can do with the bike is you put Yoshi right here, and his little hands grab those little, handlebars. And yeah, you have a wonderful little display item. I honestly think for, like adult collectors who aren't looking to like hugely invest in, like the whole Mario system and all of that. They just want a little Mario Kart set. The fact that the cheapest one looks so good, and you can have it, displayed like this with the items and with everything. I think that looks perfect. That's the money shot right there. That's a fantastic, really cute little display, and I think it just works really well. So yeah, that's the Yoshi Bike Mario Kart set. All in all, I think it's pretty cool. I really like that they decided to make the Yoshi Bike and they gave us a unique Yoshi. That's a really cool thing. Like I said, I do wish these other pieces were either turned into a glider, or I think something a bit more interesting and maybe collectible is that multiple versions of the set were released with different color Yoshis. Like if you wanted a kid to get one of these with light blue Yoshi, and then another kid got one with a red Yoshi, and you can have them race against each other, I think that would be sick. I think that would be a little bit more enticing than these cones. I think they're just a waste of parts usage, and are just used, to make you feel like you're getting more of a $15 experience. All in all, I would say this is a really good set. I probably wouldn't recommend it for $15. That's what I paid for it. I think I would go with, I don't know, 12. I think ideally $10 is the best price for this. But even if you are paying $15, you're still getting this. I mean, you're still getting that, which is really cool. I think, that works for a little desk display or a Mario Kart collection. So yeah, the Mario Kart Yoshi Bike, definitely a cool set. check it out if you're into Mario Kart. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.